What's going on, Legionnaires? Welcome to another episode of Legion of Comic Correction, where we talk all things comic books.
He pushed a button. He did it.
He did it.
He pushed.
You're off for
button.
the rest of the night.
Turn that off.
You took my job.
Yeah, sure.
I was taking your job.
You don't push his buttons. Like I don't.
I labeled those buttons.
I don't really
did,
care.
you did.
You don't push those buttons.
I can push whoever's buttons I want to push.
You hear that? Did you hear that?
I did. I did hear.
Listen, vacation made me more aggressive.
More clearly. Clearly.
Talk about Shazam, Fury of the Gods.
Woo, woo, woo!
Furious something.
All right. We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Swabback.
It's been a minute. I mean, last week we had Secret Invasion, so if you didn't watch that,
Yep.
go back and watch that.
That was the thing.
This week we're getting back into our corrections, our comic reviews. It's been a minute. This movie came out a bit ago, and we just never got to it. And so now we're going to get to it, and we're going to talk about it because somebody's got to. And you know what? The internet was screaming the fact that Legion had not talked about Shazam
They've been really up our keisters about it.
Yeah, up our buttholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now we're talking about it.
First question.
Go ahead.
Okay. You guys know how this movie's all about family.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's about family. But family that's not
family.
biological, right?
Sure.
Okay. So you'd say that like they're like adopted families,
surrogate
right?
families.
Would you say we're like adopted brothers?
Yeah.
The three of us?
The three of us.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I would have no doubt about that.
How would you guys like to help me expand my brotherhood and family?
Uh-oh.
What are you announcing?
You guys want to be my groomsmen?
No!
I'm getting married.
Yay!
No.
Yeah, I don't really want to do that.
Thank God. I was like, oh.
Of course, Harry.
They're going to say yes.
They're going to say yes.
Of course,
man.
Harry.
Woo! Oh, yeah. Look at us.
Look at us.
Look at you guys.
That's a bad idea.
This is totally going to be.
I know it is.
This is your bad
You know what
idea.
I know.
heard? You know what I heard?
What'd you
This
hear?
is our day.
This is our
It
day.
is your guys'
Our
day.
It's about
all
us.
about you guys.
It's
Totally about us.
Put him and Vic to the side.
You know what?
It's definitely about
You can
us.
have your desk. This is about us.
And to be perfectly honest, that is the exact advice that I just gave him the other day. Actually,
That's
I said,
about us?
if you ask me, it's about me. You know, it's just to be clear.
It's that, yeah.
Can we wear these glasses?
Okay, what do you wear?
Oh, we're gonna have to figure some stuff out.
say that.
Did you hear that? Understand.
It's on record.
You just
He
said that.
I don't
and
care
to my
what you wear.
sister's wedding, I wore a Hulk Hogan costume. So, like, just for perspective, and I was told not to wear anything.
I sent
Actually, let
him
me rephrase that. I was told not to wear
Hulk
anything
Hogan.
ridiculous.
Don't
That was-
wear
Okay.
anything. I sent Harry a video the other day of the scene in The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
When Bruce is in the their warehouse and the suit comes down.
Yeah.
And it was captioned, when my fiance tells me I can wear whatever I want to the wedding.
yep,
And the
yep.
suit comes down. It's like, yeah.
Has Vic told you can wear a Batman costume?
No.
Oh.
But she never told me I couldn't.
Can we at least put like the black eyeliner
We gotta
on?
figure out some stuff.
You just like appear like,
Hello.
Well, Harry, that is so kind.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
we
guys.
would love to do
Of
that.
course.
I mean, I've
I
been
would
taunting both of you about
I
it
would
for
be
about, I
honored.
don't know,
Yeah,
I would
months
be
now.
honored.
Yeah. Well, we would.
Honored.
We would.
I don't know how
love
this
to.
works, so I think I'm supposed to give you guys gifts after the wedding, so you're not getting
We're
anything
supposed
right
to
now.
give you guys
I'm going to be
gifts.
100%
You
honest
gifts.
with you. It's totally up to you, the way that it works.
Yeah,
That's how it works.
Regardless
How
of
you
when
do
we-
it?
I know how groomsmen's
That's how
like
it works.
gifts are. Like honestly, my one friend did a really good job, which I'm gonna be asking him. But like, he did a good job. He got us knives and stuff like that. It's cool, like very
Ooh.
nice, like Leathermans.
I
I
shouldn't be
did,
trying.
But
I
like
did
you
pocket
guys,
watches
it's just
the
different.
day.
It's just,
I did pocket watches the day
I
of the
probably-
wedding. I gave them in
that's
the
cool.
morning, and then they could wear
Yeah,
them
'cause your
as a part of
grandfather
the-
was talking about
yes,
that.
exactly.
That's nice.
Regardless of what we just
I
said.
mean, I wasn't one of your
I also
groomsmen.
don't
I didn't
give
know
a
you then,
rip.
but I knew him then. But you know,
You
it's fine.
hardly knew me at the
It's
time.
fine.
First off, you thought I was a straight D-bag.
Did you hear what
Okay.
he said? He said,
I didn't need to think.
You didn't need to
We
think.
all know.
I knew.
he said, you hardly nude me.
You hardly knew me.
You hardly nude me.
Yes.
I mean, I
So
barely
first
nude
off,
you now.
yeah, no, I
You guys
we
in
need to
or
think
what?
of some-
Oh,
we said
yeah.
we were
Oh,
in.
okay.
I said I was being
100%.
honored like several times before this.
I didn't go that far, but
I'm honored. I'm honored.
You're like, I
I'm
guess so.
kinda honored.
If you could give me a ride.
He's like,
He's like,
him a
we
lift.
riding together?
I mean,
We riding up to your wedding?
I'll mainly need a ride home.
That's fine.
I can get.
I don't need to be anywhere that night.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Easy peasy.
Listen, I'll do it if you take me home at the end of the night.
And I'm just gonna let you know, I'm staying like till 1 a.m. So
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
to wait.
I don't care.
You have to wait.
This
Even
is
if
gonna
you're
be
ready
great.
to go, I'm
It's
not
gonna
gonna
be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
Awesome. I'll ask you off air if there's anybody else, because if we ask on air, then it's going to completely throw off. Can you buzz out words? Oh yeah, who else is going to be in? Let's
No,
just
I'm not
buzz them.
gonna-
We'll blank out the
no,
words.
We'll talk
frick.
to him after.
Fine.
Yeah, we'll
fine.
talk to him.
It's
We'll-
a very
we'll-
sweet
Wait.
moment.
We'll leave some.
He only wanted to
mystery.
do that mainly, and it's respectable because he doesn't want to have
He
to do
doesn't
the
want to have
work.
to do the work.
I don't
He doesn't
wanna
want to
buzz
edit
out.
it.
He's just like, I don't care.
Son of a bee.
You know how hard it is.
Gotta
to-
edit out these.
Speaking of, I gotta edit your words half the time.
That is
Yes.
not true. I've been very good.
You have
I've
been-
been very
Well,
been
comparatively, yes.
Comparatively, yeah, at the beginning.
I've been good.
Oh man. Well, good thing at least I don't have to edit this. That was loud too. I'm really
I
going
know.
to bring that
I
down.
know. You're really-
all levels are going to be
You're
cut.
really through
Yeah,
that.
right.
You're gonna have to do a technical difficulties at this moment.
I didn't really think about this, but if Greg's pissing one of us off, we could just be doing that the
That's
whole time.
exactly.
I was like,
If
what
he
the
really upsets me, I'm really just gonna let loose. And
That's-
I restrain. You keep it up.
The episode won't
Keep it up.
episode,
just
just
won't
pull
end.
the big card. We're not getting the
Oh, yeah,
episode.
that's fair.
I'll just text the group
It's
and
just
be
like,
like,
not
that video
happening.
disappeared.
That
I don't
video,
know where
it
that
didn't- it
video
didn't go
happened.
through.
If you guys
That's
like
funny.
this kind of stuff,
This is
the
ridiculous.
back and
This
forth,
is great stuff. This is a
comic
great one.
stuff,
This is a
not
great
comic
start.
Stuff.
Look
If
at this
you like
guy.
it, look at this guy.
Yeah.
If you like
I was going to do it off air, but I was like, screw it, I'm doing it on air.
That's great, man.
Plus, no one's going to watch this. It's just say if you're the guy.
Nobody's
That's
gonna
true.
like
Nobody's watching this episode. Everyone's
Actually,
skipping
you know what,
it.
You should just be like, Harry asking us to be in his wedding
That's
video.
actually what it should be.
And Fury of the Gods.
Title card
and
should be yeah.
Right,
That's
right.
funny.
Yeah, Harry asks us to be
That's
part
the
of
better
his
part.
Shazam
That's
family.
everything else. Actually, this episode is now worthwhile.
Wow.
All right. Well, if you like this kind of stuff,
Family.
like and subscribe. If you like family, like and subscribe. And if you don't like family, shame on you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Change
just leave.
your values.
Unless
and
you're
then
going to give us
like-
Get it
Patreon
right.
money, then you could stay.
Then
I
you can
guess.
stay and not like you can.
Honestly,
You could do
rag on it.
polls and
Yeah.
some surveys.
Like
If you're
and
on
subscribe.
Patreon,
Hit that bell. If you guys want to support us in a little bit of a bigger way, you
you
can
can
go down.
volunteer by giving us money and then doing work for us.
That's right. You can
Yes.
go down to the description below. There's links down there. They go to all kinds of cool places, including our website, legionofcc.com. Where we have a merch store where you guys can support by buying sweet merch like that.
Yeah.
Sweet merch like this and sweet merch like that over there.
My man.
Garbage.
Go
My
and buy
man.
that stuff. And if you want to support us in an even more personal way that's not at all boring,
Not
go
at all.
down and click our Patreon link down there. where
And
there's
most of the
extra
products you're going to
content.
see are things that Greg did. So
Yeah. Yeah.
he needs to really
This
sell
is-
himself
it's
here.
A space for you guys to get more stuff.
Yeah,
and,
you get
and he
the
pitched
extra-
it as an area
That
for you to
was-
do homework.
We've had almost 200
Homework's the
episodes.
best.
We've had almost 200 episodes, and I've messed up once.
That's
well, that's not true.
what
I've messed up on pitching Patreon once.
you've messed up. Yeah.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
that's-
We'll give you
I
that.
have messed
You-
up
we'll give
you that.
many
I
other
was
times.
like, you've messed up once.
Yeah, like 300
It
times.
is.
Well, regardless, Patreon has cool stuff like extra content.
Yes, it does.
Extra podcasts,
Yes.
behind the scenes artwork, and the ability to vote on what we talk about. So go
You could
there,
actually
click
just
that,
torture
and do
us.
it.
Oh yeah, that's your
Yeah.
space to torture.
No, let me
us.
rephrase that. You will just torture us.
Yeah.
Please do. Please
Kind of like
do.
this movie.
Well, listen, we do it. We do it for you, for all of you. And in fact, we did this movie for you. So let's get into our Carnage report.
You have it?
Finally. Yeah, he's got it.
He's got it.
It's here.
Yeah. Woo!
This is the best. This is the best episode.
We got
This is the best
we got
episode.
Ask Me Groomsmen.
It,
We got chainsaws.
it comes in threes, so there's got to be something else that happens during this time.
This movie.
This nope.
Well,
Well,
we're gonna talk about it. All right. So,
we're flying high.
Carnage.
we were on a
You
good
always
path.
got to go. It's what is it? Icarus.
Yeah, we flew too close to the
Flew
sun.
too close to the sun.
Too close
man.
to the sun. Too many good things
Too close to the
happened.
sun.
Too high
All
on your own supply. Wait, no.
That's not the same thing.
That's-
not the same. Nope.
Of joy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, of joy. That's what he was talking about. When you say that, the supply
What
that
other-
you're high on, it's definitely joy.
We'll move on. All right.
We're gonna leave it at that.
Carry it on. Carry it on.
Speaking of joy, Carnage Report goes through how much money the movie made, how much it costs, who's in it, and any source material that comes with it. So, first of all, how much do you think it cost to make this movie? What do you think the budget was?
$110 million.
$110 million. What do you think, Harry?
27,000. Oh wait,
$27,000.
My man.
Remember? It's like every time I do this.
It's a car.
I think it's
the
just
cheapest car out there. That's a Nissan Versa.
That's a Dodge Dart.
27's
No, I think they probably were at like 168 million.
100 for the budget.
I think it's high.
It is a little high, but you were a little low.
Was I?
So yeah, it was 125. 125
So that's
million.
really low for
It's not a big. It's not a huge movie.
There's a lot of CGI in this.
And it looked way better than The Flash.
Oh, my word.
And not a high bar.
We were watching. It's like when I was
Not
the
a high
whole
bar.
time I was just waiting
For it to like fall apart.
Well, I was waiting for the CGI babies. I mean, that's honestly
And Henry Cavill, where it doesn't look like Henry Cavill.
that's what it was missing.
It looks like what's that? Who's
This
Hercules?
Who's
Goldberg?
the guy from Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso, that guy. It looks like him.
It probably was. They couldn't afford to get Cavill back because Cavill was like,
Peace. True.
No, but honestly, the whole movie, I was waiting for those babies. Like, where are the CGI babies? It would have been it would have just gone up a whole other level if there were CGI babies involved.
Babies.
Go listen to our Flash review.
Yep.
If you want to hear us talk about CGI babies.
Yep.
All right, how much do you think it made? How much money do you think it made worldwide?
Opening weekend?
No,
Sure.
No, it's worldwide at this point. It's like what? It's
worldwide
what
right
gross
now?
Right now.
Yeah, how
like, what
much
has it made
well,
total?
It's not
at this
making
point.
it
It's not a
anymore.
new.
It's
It's
done.
not a new
89
movie.
million.
89 million worldwide. What do you think?
Worldwide, you think 89 million?
That's what he said.
Do you understand how money works?
Let him have his estimate. Let's hear your estimate.
I'm gonna go $238 million.
Okay. Harry wasn't that far off.
What?
I mean, it wasn't 89 million. It was 133 million.
I was closer.
You were closer.
He was closer.
I'm sorry. What was that?
133
good
million.
For you. Good. I mean, but that speaks volumes.
Yeah, it's bad.
That means
It's horrible.
100. Yeah.
It did well. Number one, just to outright, it didn't make profit due to advertising, marketing, all of those
100%.
costs.
It needs to
However,
double that
just
125.
based on the base
Level.
budget, it
Base
only
level.
made what did you say?
125. So it only made like
13 million.
Yeah, 12 million, 13 million. Yeah. Here's the crazier thing. Domestic overall, 57 million.
That's real bad.
Okay. Opening weekend.
Oh God.
Opening weekend.
Oh man.
30 million. So it almost made its entire domestic in just the first 3 days.
How many people? I'm going to do some math here.
How many people went to see it? Dude, this opened in 4,071 theaters. And
There were,
still
and
only
each
made
theater
30
had
million.
one person.
How
in
much?
it.
How many million? 30 million?
I wasn't there.
30 million
30 million
opening
for
weekend.
opening weekend. It's about $18.
30
a
million
movie.
domestic opening weekend.
Yeah, about $18 a movie.
Yeah, roughly estimate
Ish.
that.
I mean,
$18 to $20 a movie.
1.6 million people went.
I mean, that sounds like a lot,
It
but it's
sounds
not.
like
Not
lot,
for
but
a
it's
big
not for-
ticket
not.
movie.
Well, you think, yeah, like the opening in Guardians was like almost 300 million for opening weekend. It's crazy. That's craziness.
That's
crazy
1.6.
bad.
I mean,
It's crazy.
That's crazy bad.
It's crazy bad.
say
All right,
1.7.
cast. Let's
That's-
go for our
That
cast.
is
Who's in here?
probably one of the worst openings of all time.
It was pretty harsh. It was. The Flash was
Yeesh.
almost as bad,
Well,
but not quite.
yeah.
This
no
was
kidding.
worse than the Flash.
Well, yeah.
But this also had a lot less pull than the Flash because the Flash had Michael Keaton and it had like these things to go see.
Yeah.
So I told you guys this last time.
Yeah.
About when we it was not last time. It was when we reviewed The Flash. Okay.
Yeah, like a month ago.
Remember, there were 4 movies on DC EU's slate this year, and they spent $1.2
Right.
billion
On
the Flash.
on advertising and marketing.
Oh, I thought that was just
no,
for
no,
Flash.
That's for the slate.
Yeah,
So those
right,
4
right,
movies. Now we said The Flash was probably the
bulk
biggest
of it.
breadwinner
Right, it's
of
probably
that.
like
It was
600
probably
million of it.
But still, even if you go and say they spent a small amount, let's say they spent
200
100 to 200 million
Yeah.
on the advertising for
This is
Shazam.
the second biggest movie, I think.
That's bad.
I mean, I know
for this
Aquaman.
year.
I know Aquaman,
probably
but
higher.
No, I think Aquaman's higher.
Just because of what Aquaman 1 made it into the billions. So like
guess.
it did a good job. So
I'm telling
I don't
I'm
think
telling
so.
you that's at least $100 million loss on this film.
yeah, for sure. All right.
At least.
All right, let's talk about who's in it, and then we'll go into some source material, and we'll jump into that comic review. All right, so here we go. Zachary Levi comes back. Is it Levi or Levi?
I don't know.
I don't know. I've heard both.
Do you think it matters? Do you think he's
I think he's great. I thought.
Do you really think he's a good actor?
I think
I
so.
think he's a great
Do you
Shazam.
think so?
I think he's a really good Shazam, and I think he's a good actor. I don't like. I've never seen.
What else have you seen him in that you liked him in?
Yeah, when has he been in? Let me look up. Yeah, he was Thor. He wasn't Thor. He was in Thor. He was Thandril or whatever. Fandril in Thor.
Yeah.
Let's see. What has he been in that I've seen him in?
There is something I know him from.
I'm playing a trailer for some reason.
So he played a villain he played a villain in Psych's first TV movie.
Yeah.
He was fun in that, but it wasn't. I wouldn't call it great acting.
I mean, he's Flynn Rider in
Dexter?
Tangled.
Not Dexter. I'm sorry.
He's Chuck. I liked him in Chuck. I liked Chuck the show.
Yeah.
He's Flynn Rider, the voice of the prince in Tangled.
I think
he's not in a lot.
I personally
think he's
believe he is one thing. Like he's just
he's the good-natured everyday guy.
He's just like Shazam is in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, I thought he was great as Shazam.
He can portray.
Sure.
I thought he was fine as Shazam. I didn't have an issue with it, but what I'm just asking is like
I haven't seen
I
him
actually
enough.
don't think he's that great of an actor.
Like
reality-wise, I don't think he is.
But if we look at like what he's been in, he hasn't been in enough to really get a good ballpark.
But that's because he's not that good of an actor.
I guess so.
The argument could be made he's well known enough that he should be getting more than what he's gotten.
Yeah.
And he's not. And the reason is probably because you look at guys like look at Thor, look at Chris Hemsworth, for example. Look at him, whatever.
Classic.
Look at any of the DC, like the DCEU actors, like.
You mean, well, you just listed MCU.
I know. I
meant Jason Momoa and Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck,
this
the big guys.
Broke them in, but they did other stuff. They're good actors. He's not.
He hasn't done well. I don't know. I would say he's a fine actor. He just hasn't done a lot, and that can be with anything. You know why he's not.
Need
cast
proof
in
points. Need proof points from you, Greg.
Well, but you don't. But there's not. Again, this is another instance where there's not enough on either.
Lack of a proof point is a proof point.
I guess so. But the thing is, can you say that you disliked him in anything he's done? Like on the average, I've liked him in everything he's done. He just hasn't done a lot.
But he's played the same. I would say the reason I liked him in the same in like most of the thing he's done is he's done the same thing in everything that he's done. He's played the same character.
All right. Well, Zachary Levi, and I like him in that. So Zachary Levi plays Shazam. Asher Angel comes back as Billy Bastion.
Yeah.
We get Jack Dylan Grazer coming back as Freddie Freeman. And then we have the superhero versions of them. So Adam Brody is the superhero Freddy, and so on. All the kid actors came back. The only big change of that is that Grace Caroline Curry, who plays Mary, she also plays superhero Mary, which is from the comics. In the comics, eventually Mary ages into the point where she's looks the same when she's transformed and not. So that was actually a comic accurate thing, which is cool. She's old enough to play both versions.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool. But they all came back, and then we get them to Digimon Hansu plays the wizard again. He comes back as the wizard. I thought he was
like him.
great.
He's great. Yeah,
he's super funny. They got to play into his comedy chops a little bit, jumping into the real world, which is cool.
Which I don't think they really got to do with the first film at all.
No, he was just the epic wizard.
He was very, very serious.
I loved his ending when he's like wearing the crazy suit and the hat, and he's all shaved up. He looks great. And then we have the villains come in who are new. There's three sisters, the daughters of Atlas. We have Helen Mirren, huge
lady,
powerhouse.
Lady.
Is she a lady?
I believe she's a lady.
I don't know.
Lady
I don't know.
Helen Mirren.
She should be, I guess.
I think she is.
She comes in as Hespera. And then we get Lucy Liu, who's freaking another power player. She comes in as Calypso. She's great.
She hasn't been in much for a long time.
She
really,
which is a shame. I love her as an actress.
Yeah, I think Lucy Liu's a great actress.
And she did a good job in this movie. I thought she was a good evilest sister of the sisters.
Yeah, she just hasn't done much.
Yeah. And then Grace Caroline or not Grace Kelly. I'm sorry, I just read that one again. Rachel Zegler came in as Anthea. She's the breakout star from West Side Story of Steven Spielberg. She played Maria.
There was no breakout star from that movie.
It did pretty good. The West Side Story one. It did okay.
No, it didn't.
I don't know. I want to look up the box office now. I thought it did pretty good.
It's hard to compare like average movies to Marvel.
Yeah, it's definitely not doing stuff like superhero movies. But I thought it did okay.
That's fair.
But anyway, the people I've talked to...
Stay in our lane.
Exactly. The people I've talked to who like musicals liked
You're not staying in our
it.
lane. You're not staying in our lane.
She actually hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I don't think.
She'd probably like it.
She probably would, though. Anyway, she came in as Anthea, the youngest of the sisters, which I guess, I don't know, age doesn't really seem to matter with them.
They're
she's
completely
like
off
6,000 years older.
They're really weirdly off.
Funny
I
comment.
love that. Yeah, when they're like, this is suddenly feels really inappropriate.
Yeah.
With my sons and older women.
Yeah. I love it. Okay, so comic wise, this does not have any comic counterpart. So the Daughters of Atlas are actually not characters in the DC comic universe. There are no Daughters of... the Daughters of Atlas are characters from Greek mythology.
Yep.
But they are not in the DC comics.
Yep.
There is connection to Greek mythology in Shazam, going with his name and who he draws his powers from, and so it's an okay reason to kind of bring them in, but they don't actually exist in the comic world, so we can't really do a comparison other than it's the Shazam family fighting against Greek mythology characters.
Shazamly.
I like that. So there's really the source material is only character when it comes to the Shazam family. Other than that, we're in new treaded water.
We're in uncharted waters.
That's what I was thinking of. I said new treaded water. That's not
downtrodden waters.
Downtrodden waters.
Yeah, I think that's the official. That should be the new phrase.
Downtrodden waters.
Downtrodden waters. We'll get it changed.
Yeah, we should. Officially, legally,
Merriam-Webster.
Yeah, right. What do they know? All right.
Somehow related to him. I don't know.
Really? What? Dude, you're related to the dictionary.
They're going to be at the wedding?
Yep.
They're the other groomsmen.
His son, Mary.
You're related to...
And Pippin?
You're related to the dictionary. Your mom knows Kevin Bacon. This is crazy.
You got some weird connections, man.
This guy.
Yo, Kevin Bacon better be at the wedding.
Yo, KB.
That's right. That's why I'd holler at him.
Hey, Kevin.
Yo, Kev.
Hey, Kev.
Yo, Kev.
Kev B. Kev B.
Kev B. I'm going to throw Footloose on 16 times. I'll just keep on repeat.
I know that guy.
Kev, come on.
Kev.
I know him.
Kev, it's a wedding.
Hey, Kev, you want to play some music?
Do you want us to get the chair? Or?
Hey, Kev, this area used to not be allowed to dance.
What are you going to do about it?
What are you going to do, man?
Hey, Kevin, you remember my mom? All right, we're going to jump into our comic review. All right, comic review time. Let's just go through. We'll talk about what we liked, what we didn't like. This was a weird one because when it came out, we were kind of in between bigger movies, and none of us really had the time to go see
wait a minute. Did another movie come out?
Yeah, none of us were available.
That's part of the reason also why it did so poorly. Like, they really
advertising
planned
poorly. It was in between
Ant-Man
and Guardians, wasn't it?
Ant-Man and Guardians.
They did really bad.
We were all busy opening weekend, and then it went by.
Or Marvel just kind of was like,
manhandle the schedule. That's what they do, though. Usually.
Yeah, I know they do.
Yeah, they bully it.
Yeah,
for sure.
And they're good at it. But regardless, we missed it, and then it was like 2 weeks into it, and we were like,
"Wait a minute,
hold up."
Wait a minute.
And like, yeah, we don't actually want to go see it. So we'll wait till it comes out. And so it's
started
out now.
seeing some box office.
Which is kind of funny because, like, I feel like we all felt that way about the first one, and then we saw it, and then
we did really liked it.
And we liked it.
And the first one was great.
It's true. First one was good.
All right, well, Harry, why don't we start with you this time? Yeah. What are some things
Better idea.
What are some things
trying to keep it under an hour
that you liked, or things you didn't like, things you thought worked?
I'm going to be brief.
I thought...
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm going to be brief 6 hours later.
Well, brief for me.
Hold my water.
Hold my rain storm.
I thought, honestly...
Sponsor.
Yeah.
Sponsor.
That was good. Nope.
Get your buttons right.
Listen, we've been
off for a
month, man.
True.
It's tough.
You gotta do these. Do these.
We gotta get our podcast legs back on us.
Ups and outs.
Yeah.
Ups and outs.
Ups and outs.
There you go.
I expect to see your pointer bicep growing at least
finger, like a finger.
All
right. Sorry. Go ahead. What are your thoughts?
What are you thinking?
Number one, I thought because of it being a comic book movie, a superhero movie, but it's also like supposed to be like a family-friendly movie,
sure.
lower PG-13. Like I thought the humor and the comedy in it was like actually funny.
Yeah,
like there were many times where I was actually laughing. So I think DC did it well there. I think
I can just feel his posture,
the
getting
disagreement
more
in his body language.
Yeah, like he started like this, and then you start talking, and he's like, I can just feel him starting to coil.
I mean, Greg and I talked about it a little bit. I think one of the things that really
did you?
Yes. I think one of the things that really hurt them was that they put a dragon in the commercials.
Yes.
I think people were just like, oh, okay, there's like two old ladies that are trying to get their powers back, and then there's a dragon. And the dragon was kind of cool.
The dragon was sweet. It was like wooden.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool design.
Do I think that that's what people are looking for in a superhero movie? No. But once again, this is the struggle we've had for so many years with DC and Marvel being compared to each other. They're not the same. I thought the family dynamic was decent between all the kids and the struggles between all of them and the age differences. I mean, I think everyone could kind of tell that the what's her name? Anne.
Oh yeah.
Was like obviously a little sus. She was like a little
yeah, for sure.
She was definitely not just a girl that was interested in Freddie.
Well, but that's
I do like honestly. I just like Freddie. I like Freddie a lot.
Freddie was great.
Freddie's hilarious.
Yeah,
he's a hilarious character. Yeah. But I also
I thought got better from the first movie to this. Like just being able to deliver his lines.
I think honestly, I think Billy Bats like when Billy's Billy.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of like eh.
That's why he was mostly Shazam in this movie.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
He's also getting too old. Like he's looking.
Yeah, he is.
They really had to make him.
Yeah, he's supposed to be 17, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think honestly the flow, the whole family dynamic was a decent flow. I think it was a decent flow with everything. It wasn't too sappy, it wasn't too whatever. But I just think that the lack of like the comic character development of the Daughters of Atlas and the Daughters of Atlas themselves, it's just like you had no like draw to them. Like you had no like there's no they're really scary.
Yeah, they were kind of generic.
They just had their powers and then they had a purpose, but they really weren't working together at all, so they don't really know what they're doing. So it kind of felt like they kind of just threw these characters together and they're like, this is what they're doing.
So there's pretty strong evidence that Shazam 2 was supposed to be Shazam versus Black Adam. And then Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was like, I don't want to do anything with them. And they changed everything. So
anything with who? With
the Shazam family. He didn't want to he wouldn't have any association with them in the movie at all. So they tried to get him as like a cameo and he was like, nope, I don't want to have anything to do with that.
That's what everyone wants to see is Shazam versus Black Adam.
100%. But we all know that The Rock does whatever he wants whenever he wants it.
Sure. And
they tried to get him as a cameo in the first movie. Like as like a setup teaser, and then there was talks that they want him to be the main antagonist, but he didn't want to do that. He wanted to make the Black Adam more of a good guy and less of a anti-hero or whatever. And so, like when you think of Captain Marvel or think of Shazam, it's like, well, who are his pillar villains? And he really doesn't have a lot. He teams up with Justice League a lot, and then he's got Black Adam.
Yeah,
and they kind of ran into a wall with Black Adam because The Rock didn't want to, and DC listened to The Rock.
Yeah.
And so I think they were forced to kind of just find somebody that he could fight, and it just kind of ended up being watered down.
Yeah.
You know?
I think all in all, I enjoyed watching the movie.
Yeah.
There was definitely some things I'm just like, Like, well, first of all, this is based in Philadelphia, and we all know how Philly is, and it's not whatever the heck they portrayed.
There were some moments where it was very accurate.
Sure.
And then they showed a Philly school.
They showed a Philly school. They showed a cheesesteak, what looked like a restaurant patio area, which is not at all what any good cheesesteak place looks like.
Yeah.
They also have like giant buildings all around the stadiums.
They added a building for Helen Mirren to be on outside the stadium, and they removed the Eagles Stadium because they probably didn't get rights to it, and the Wells Fargo Center was gone.
Yeah. So I don't know. I thought it was honestly what kept me going.
They said Schuylkill, right? Though
they did say Schuylkill. They
said Schuylkill correctly.
Schuylkill and Cobbs Creek.
Which was kind of cool.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
I think the humor is what really kept me interested because it was funny with the whole this writing of the notes with Steve. That was clever. That. I mean, that's from the comics with the doors and
with the door rooms and the
library of knowledge and all.
Yeah, everything in the Rock of Eternity was pretty cool.
So cool there's part that, and that's the thing. If they just built more on an actual character, but it's hard because Black Adam's the big heavy hitter.
Right. Would this have been obviously it would have drawn more people.
Oh, for sure. It would have been so much better.
Especially if it was The Rock.
Yeah.
But if you don't have Black Adam there, Captain Marvel outside of Kingdom Come and Justice League stuff, he needs those supporters.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You've been very patient. Very proud of you. Is there energy drink wearing off?
No. I'm restraining.
She's been bottling it up. All right. What do you? I'll let you rebuttal a little bit, then I'll say my piece.
I'm gonna simplify. So I'm gonna work from a very large level, then I'm gonna get down to some specifics.
Macro, micro.
Do it. This movie doesn't matter.
100%.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I was going to wait till the end.
Right off the bat. Yeah. This movie doesn't matter.
And we got to take that with every DCEU movie coming out.
That's the
year.
problem.
So that's
a big
That's
problem.
macro.
Yeah,
macro level to start. Let's go a little bit more macro. They acted like this movie mattered.
Sure. Well, wasn't there...
Who acted?
The people making this movie.
100%. Well, they got to make money. But wasn't there...
were 2 extra credit scenes...
Right.
To set up for movies that will never happen.
Well, but
movies that were this doesn't matter.
So wasn't there, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think, wasn't it originally in the space of that Blue Beetle's in right now, where it's they were somewhat auditioning for their characters to continue in the DCU, that if it did well, then they might continue. Do you know what I mean? Same as Blue Beetle. Oh, 100%. No.
If that was the case, I'm not sure.
Well, but what I'm saying is, if that was the case, then that makes sense as to why they would go hard all out trying to make it set up. Because if it works, then they work.
This was Casey at the bat.
Yeah, right.
Taking a big old whiff.
Well, yeah, but but that would be why they tried that. Then.
Okay, but here again. Yeah, the movie doesn't matter.
Right.
They acted like the movie mattered.
Sure.
Set up with stingers for movies that will never happen.
Well, the Wonder Woman one might now.
What's his name? What's the worm? Master
Mister? The little worm. I don't remember what the... Yeah. Can you look him up? It was
Master
bugging
Mister.
me.
Yeah. And so we bring back Mark Strong,
right.
The ultimate villain.
Right. He's besides Black Adam.
Yeah. And so Dr. Savanya. Yeah. And so, but never going to see him again. Not going to do anything with him.
Well, now that it bombed, for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
So,
Mr. Master.
It was
Mr. Master.
Yeah.
Mr. Master.
Next.
Yeah.
The Black Adam is nowhere to be found.
Right.
Right. And here's the problem. Let me peel that a little bit. Yeah. He was never going to be involved. Whoever was making Shazam.
Sure.
As soon as creative control of Black Adam went to The Rock.
Yeah.
That was it.
He snowballed him. Yep.
It was over.
Which stinks. But they should have known that because he told them that. The other problem there... Well, but I think they started planning that before he was greenlit.
It doesn't matter. The other problem that goes along with that is DC, in their infinite stupidity, gave The Rock that level of creative control to then snowball and kill another character.
Right.
And at the same time, kill his character.
Right.
So,
I
don't want
Mr. Mind. That's what it was.
I don't want to hate
Mr. Mind.
Listen, I love The Rock. You guys know I love The Rock. We all love The Rock.
Yeah.
He really didn't do it with Black Adam.
He didn't share.
He didn't.
He needed to be more of a team player.
He needed to be more of a team player, and
he tried to create his own thing. And he thought himself maybe a bigger businessman than he was.
Right.
And it just kind of blew up in his face.
So,
no, he thought of what he was, but you can't do that when it comes to a conglomerate superhero franchise.
Right. He was trying to build his own
He tried
thing
to build his
within
own empire.
that.
He tried
and maybe he thought that he could
and
grab onto the DCEU and pull them all up with him.
I think
But
Henry Cavill was his bargaining chip.
Yeah,
that was, I think. Yeah.
He got Henry Cavill, and he's like, I got Henry Cavill, nobody can touch me. And they were like, don't. No.
But I think the other side of that is if you do Black Adam.
You got the guy that we just fired.
If you do Black Adam.
Yeah.
At some point, you need to do Shazam.
He's got to fight Shazam.
And if you're Shazam,
at
some point you need to do Black Adam.
And that was the problem because The Rock was like, I don't want to do Shazam. I want to fight Superman. So he tried to replace Shazam with Superman, and that's never going to work.
You got to take the steps.
It's never going to work. Yeah.
So
yeah, you're gonna fight. You might be able to fight Superman in something like a Kingdom Come or something like an Infinite Crisis on Infinite Earth, something like that. Like you might be able to, but you got to start with your bread and butter.
Yeah,
with Shazam. Yeah.
So, bing, bang, boom.
Yeah.
Let's go another level.
Yeah.
This is not a comic book movie. Like, there's no foundation.
Right. There's no source material. No direct source material at all.
No, I'm sorry. It's not. There's not. And
it's a family fun movie.
They were trying to build on the foundation of the idea of the new gods, old gods, and just kind of make their own path. Again, maybe because they were shoehorned into that because of Black Adam.
Agree, but
doesn't change the facts.
I'm gonna keep going, but let's talk about think about the gravity of the four things that I just said.
Sure, yeah,
with just this movie,
I
don't really.
CGI was good, though.
Stop. I could just stop there.
Crisp.
I could just stop there, and that would be enough.
100%.
That would be enough to just be like, no, it is actually a really bad movie, and it serves no purpose.
Well, yeah, that's where I want to pull on you a little bit.
Yeah.
So, it's all those things you listed, other than the Black Adam thing, but that was, to me, that was outside their control.
That was inside all of their control.
It was outside the creators of this film's control. Because they tried to do it, and they weren't allowed to.
But it doesn't matter. This is a DCEU film, and DCEU needs to have somebody guiding it in a way to make sure 100%. That nobody does what just happened.
And we've said that. And they
I know. I'm trying to say, somebody had control of that, and they botched it.
But those things, I think those things define for us why this movie failed.
Right.
Like when it comes to box office, when it comes to being greenlit for a sequel in this side of the DCU, everything failed because of all those missteps.
Yeah.
But then, my question is...
I know where you're going to go with this already.
I know you know.
You're going to go to the critic score was so low, but the audience score was so high. Do you want to know why that is?
Well, which my question is...
Do you want to know why that is?
Well, let me finish the question, then you can tell me why. Yes, that's the reason...
Jeez.
Yes, that's the reason why this movie failed, but was it still a good movie as a movie?
Greg, 6 people went to see this movie.
No, what was it? 1 million.
1.6
million people.
Yeah,
we didn't. Yeah. We didn't see it.
Exactly.
But
not one person.
But just because nobody saw it.
We love comics and not one person saw this film.
Yeah, I know.
1.6 million people went to see this film.
And they weren't comic fans.
And they were
or really diehard Shazam fans.
Right. Anybody. So this bombed. Yeah. This bombed.
Yeah.
It is. I don't care what
if it was a good movie.
If it was no, it wasn't a good movie.
Right.
It wasn't. If it was a good movie, people would have gone to see it.
Well, so that's also debatable because Let
me rephrase that. Let me rephrase.
Right. This is what I'm trying to
More people would have gone to see it.
Well,
you don't have a good movie that this few people go to see.
But would you say that, because what you've said is that, would you say that a big reason why people didn't see it was because within the larger DC universe, it's a pointless movie? Did that hurt? Do you think that
I think it hurt it, but I don't think it's enough. If you make a good movie,
right.
The words, think about anybody.
But then why are the fan reviews so good and the critics reviews? Because if the fan reviews are good, the people who are going to see it are saying it's good.
Greg, I don't mean any offense to any of our fans, but I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible.
Yeah.
The people who went to see this are idiots.
Wow, man, you're swinging today.
Who went to see this?
Yeah.
Do you know one person who went to see Shazam: Fury of the Gods in theaters?
Mike Nichols went to go see it. Yeah.
In theaters?
He did. Yeah.
Sorry, Mike. But I'd be willing to bet.
I'm pretty sure. There's no way because it just came out. It just came out to be able to watch.
I'd be willing to bet Mike.
Honestly, I don't know.
I would be willing to bet 100% Mike goes and tells you that was a waste of money.
Oh, we talked to him about it.
I'm telling you, man.
You can talk to him.
I'll talk to him another time. Yeah. But
right, for sure. Yeah, I definitely buy numbers. Numbers. It's trash.
Buy everything.
Well, but okay. Well, we'll get to that when we get to verdict.
Here's the only thing that you can say.
Yeah.
The only thing you can say is, that was kind of a fun movie.
Well, okay. Now you're just now you are speaking completely subjectively when it comes to did you like the movie? We'll get to that in verdict.
Right, and what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to put out
there, right. By numbers, you're right. It trashed, it bombed, and by DC Universe, it trashed, it bombed.
Right, but sure. So let's go to the point of all right. Let's take it outside of those four things that I had initially said. Let's take it outside of critic reviews. Let's take it outside of box office numbers and just purely talk about, is it a good movie? Do you really think it was a good plot?
Yeah, I liked it.
Define good plot.
Yeah, what do you, I think, so, let me see.
Captivating story that has ebbs and flows, eventually comes to a climax, and then there is a dispute, and then someone is the victor at the end. Is that a good plot?
Right, was it cohesive?
Did you find it interesting? Did you find it captivating? Did you find it to be something that you didn't already know what was going to happen?
I'm not looking at this movie as oh, is this Inception? No,
or a Citizen Kane level, that kind of idea. But so for me, so you guys have said things you didn't like. Like for me, I thought when you're talking about story, I thought it was a good Shazam fun movie. Like for a Shazam character, yes, they were pigeonholed and they had to make new villains or whatever.
Yeah,
whatever. But regardless of that, I thought I liked the family beats. I liked the humor. I thought it wasn't. I didn't think it was too slow.
Did you laugh at it at all?
I laughed at certain parts.
There were some moments.
I laughed at little pieces, but that doesn't make the movie for me.
Right. Let me finish my breakdown of that though. There were some moments at the beginning that felt a little slow because they were trying to introduce the Daughters of Atlas, and they had a lot they had to introduce because they were kind of forced to make these new things.
Completely new backstory.
They had to write their own story for it.
Right. And I think for having to do that, it wasn't that bad. Is it my favorite comic movie? Is it my top 10? No, but I thought overall the story was good. I thought the idea of the sisters, that the youngest and the oldest were aligned on starting their world again, and the middle was full of rage and wanted to destroy the Earth world. I thought that was fun and that was good. I thought Shazam having to kind of let go of control because of his idea of family leaving him. I thought that was a good plot point, and I thought they did a good job with that. It was to me, the emotional beat hit well when he finally called his mom. At the end before he flew off. I thought that was good.
I think
I thought it was a good story.
I think there were some funny moments.
Yeah.
I think you're right. There were some good family emotional beats.
Yeah.
I will name. I also that was what was going to be my next one.
Mike did not see it. I just texted him.
Thank you.
Oh,
he didn't see it.
You're saving Mike's face. I guess he must have seen it when
he said he saw it on HBO. How
yeah. When did it come out though?
On Max.
Yeah, it must have come out
probably a month after it came out. So
2 days. They put it.
When did it come out?
They pulled it out of
May.
Not as fast as The Flash dropped out of theaters.
That's true.
Okay,
that's
all right,
true.
fair enough.
But the CGI was great. Pleasantly surprising.
Oh yeah, it was actually good.
Pleasantly surprising.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was better than probably parts of Ant-Man.
Yeah, maybe. Some of it was. The dragon was definitely legit. Dragon looked cool. Yeah.
I'm not in any way really captivated by anything about it.
This is where
that's the part.
I'm not interested in any of it.
This is where the verdict, where we have different levels now, is where I think it's going to come into play. Because I think I'm going to completely agree with you on one side of the verdict and probably not on the other side. Because I as a DC fan, and you're crazy DC fan, for real, I think that the idea that it literally has no ramifications and that it's just a spit in the face of the universe they were trying to create.
It's a fart in the wind.
Is really going to color it for you.
It's a fart in the wind.
It's there, but it's just flying through the wind.
No, but you got to remember, it's not just a fart in the wind. It's shards at the end. Because of the fact that they added
with Wonder Woman
2 stingers. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But again, and again,
it's a
for
fart
me,
that
for me
at the end there. Oh, I gotta go get cleaned up.
For me though, it's like if they were told, if this is good enough, we're going to keep you moving forward.
I don't think anyone was ever told that. That's what
was presented to the media, though.
But I don't believe that was.
Who knows?
Ever true?
Yeah, we don't know.
Because here's the thing.
Because they're keeping Wonder Woman apparently. Gal Gadot just came out and said that she's helping write Wonder Woman 3. So they're keeping some people from it.
Henry Cavill said he was coming back.
I know. Well, but he never said he was coming back once Gunn took over.
It doesn't matter. I don't believe.
Sure.
There's a lot of speculation.
I'm only presenting what was said.
We're putting a lot of credence in Gal Gadot coming back. We're putting a lot into this idea that is actually happening.
Right.
Number one.
We can only go from what they said.
Number two. That we're
not in the business.
Did he present? And this is just a bit of a side. But did Gunn present any storyline out of his storylines to begin with? Wonder Woman 3.
He presented the Themyscira prequel that's supposed to set up his Wonder Woman.
So that doesn't make any sense. So I don't believe it.
Sure.
I'm actually sitting here telling you I don't believe Gal Gadot is coming back, and I don't believe she's writing a Wonder Woman 3.
I'd be surprised too. I would totally be surprised.
I believe all of that is smoke and mirrors.
Sure.
And I believe that nobody is coming back.
Which is what
I believe. I believe that they may have in the transition alluded to maybe
the
possibility, but
she was in an interview with comicbook.com. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
It's great. So was Henry Cavill.
After Gunn took over, he wasn't in one where they straight up asked you, "Are you directing Wonder Woman 3?"
Who's directing Wonder Woman 3?
Well, no, they asked if she was a part of the production for Wonder Woman 3, and she said yes.
That's a completely different story. No, hold on.
She might be helping mold the new Wonder Woman. She might be. She never said she was starring.
Did she ever say she was going to be starring in Wonder Woman 3?
No, and that's actually true.
No.
And that's what I thought as well.
I didn't say that.
She didn't say
But that's my point. And I don't think it's Wonder Woman 3. I think
it's
this is the Themyscira, and it's a new one.
Well, and if you look at...
If you would be wise... to bring on Gal Gadot to help you with the production of it.
And that would be wise. If you look at the interview from comicbook.com, it says at the top, right at the beginning, it says aired in June. So it was it was a couple months ago. So even though it came out like a couple days ago, it was months ago.
It was months ago.
Right. But what I'm saying is that the reason why the stingers...
Back. I'm putting it right now.
I agree. I side with you on that. But the reason why I think the stingers are there, like you were saying, maybe they alluded to the possibility of moving forward.
I don't even know if they alluded. I don't know if people just...
Well, we weren't in those business meetings.
Just were like,
sure,
let's throw this in.
Well, but that's the thing is that like as a filmmaker...
That's horrible though.
Well, right, but like...
That's horrible for a fan.
100%. But what I'm saying is try and look at it in the view of the filmmaker. So as the storyteller... You're trying to make sure you can have another job in this vein of storytelling because you care about the character and you want to tell that story, and so you're putting all your chips in to try and get that next story.
If that is, let me.
Like you're trying to impress the new boss. Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, but then you have to appease the first person who is your real boss, which is your fans, and your fans.
Yeah, but your fans aren't gonna.
They're the whole reason you make the film.
100%. Oh, 100%. But again, as a fan of Shazam, I would appreciate those stingers.
I don't. Why would you appreciate those stingers?
But are you a fan of Shazam?
Is Black Adam in those stingers?
But again, you
don't appreciate those stingers. You appreciate those stingers without the things that you would actually like. The reality is that this movie has no purpose, but not just that it has no purpose. It is not building towards what you actually want, even.
Well, but again, we go back to
are we ever going to get Shazam versus Black Adam?
I don't know. I don't. But what I'm saying is, you can't. So, as fans of Shazam, you're hoping for more movies, and for the overarching, people have enjoyed Zachary Levi as Shazam, so they're hoping for more movies, and so
the
for
studio,
the fan, they
honest to God,
it's the studio's issue.
It's
100%.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm saying you don't.
The studio needed to pull those stingers.
Right.
So what she said was,
I can't hold it against the filmmakers though for putting those stingers in because they're just trying to tell a good story.
She said, "I love." It says June 2023.
Right, it's June. Yeah,
she says, "I love portraying Wonder Woman. It's a role that's near and dear to my heart." Blah blah blah. She says, "As far as I've heard, from James and Peter,
right,
we're going to be developing Wonder Woman 3 together." Blah blah blah. That's it.
Yeah, but that's the
right. So
same
could she be consulting?
caveat.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, but that's
she said I watched the screenwrite. I saw the whatever the people trying out and things like that, and there's a lot of talent in the room. Blah 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 blah.
Right. So
yeah, I don't think she's
consulting on the new Wonder Woman.
I think she's maybe just going to consult the Wonder Woman, whoever's picked.
Or
right.
she might.
And not just that. Here's the other thing.
She might do a Linda Carter. She might like appear as a cameo.
That could be true. That could be true. But the other part that goes along with it is they say that. As far as I know,
right? They always put
Cavill said the exact same thing.
Sure. Yeah.
As far as I know,
right?
Well, you know what? Forward. You don't know jack shit.
Yeah.
Sorry. let me do that so you can just cut that.
Yeah.
You don't know jack.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
You are not.
Tell
you are not a person.
What'd you say?
You don't know jack.
Here, and this is actually what I think.
Yeah.
James Gunn may have learned from this whole fiasco with the Rock, with Dwayne Johnson.
Sure.
Is, hey, you're not in charge.
Yeah.
You're the actor.
Good. Well, I don't think he had to
You're
learn
not
that.
in charge.
I think James Gunn knew that from the beginning.
But
the Rock
reality
made those assertions before he was.
If I want to change this,
yeah, it's done.
I don't need to consult you.
Yeah.
You're not involved.
Yeah.
As far as you know nothing.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
And I don't mean that rudely, but what I mean is they have to reassert within the DCU somebody who is I guarantee you,
they need a Feige. They need somebody.
Feige's not consulting anyone.
No.
He literally.
Well, he dismissed that.
He dismissed. Yeah. He had 12
me or them
who made decisions, and he dismissed them.
Which was smart.
That's the level.
This is the question.
The level. He's not consulting jack.
DC needs that level of commitment.
Exactly.
And that level of
leadership. But the question is that are the bridges and everything that you burn, are they actually going to light the way for the future of what the DCU is?
And
you won't know until we see it.
And will it be beneficial? Will it produce something that's better than what has already been?
Oh, it's not going to be hard to do much better than what's already been.
Honestly, at this point,
I agree, but there's also it was bad, but it was a combination of just bad writers and directors.
Can we just be honest?
Yeah.
Let's
actors, but you've gotten rid of all the good actors that you could possibly look at. We're scraping at the bottom of the barrel. I'm not saying James Gunn can't do what he did with Guardians and other people. All those people were not, I wouldn't say they're bottom of the barrel, but they're definitely. I mean, Chris Pratt was that big.
He was nobody.
He'd done Zero Dark 30 and Parks and Rec. That was pretty much it. And Moneyball.
And he was not.
And if you he wasn't B-rated movies.
Yeah.
So it's like, are the people that he's scraping from the bottom, are they going to be good enough in these roles? And we talked about this before. They are signing a contract for video games, voice acting, long game stuff here. Yeah. And is it gonna be? Do we trust him enough?
I don't know, but I don't trust what has been happening. So I'm willing to try something new. So what has been happening isn't working. And the reality is, you're right, Harry. There's a lot of those things that are writers, bad directors, all of those things. But a big part of that is, can you name the person who was at the top making those decisions? No, because there was nobody.
WB.
Yeah, well, no,
that was the problem.
WB. That's the problem. The studio was made as a whole.
Yeah.
Do you know who's doing it in MCU? Kevin Feige. Right. Kevin Feige is doing it. You can't name that person.
What WB movie did I just watch recently? I'm like, why can't they make a good movie like this?
And the thing is, Kevin Feige was in the Marvel Studios. Disney took over, and Kevin still was like, "I'm Kevin."
Right.
Like, the thing is, like, even though when they shifted, like, you think if anybody can come in and dethrone like somebody like
Disney.
that, Disney comes in and is like, "Oh, we're gonna do it." And Kevin Feige's like, "Nah, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do."
Yeah.
And Disney was like,
"Do you want to make money? Okay, then shut up."
Right. And
so
that's why we think the MCU is actually struggling right now. Is because we're seeing more Disney influence.
We're seeing a battle
where Kevin might not have as great of a hold as he used to, and that's for sure. Studio influence is always trouble.
Gal Gadot, I think, is a great actress.
Yeah.
I want to name that. I think she's a great actress. I thought she was a great Wonder Woman.
And she was hilarious in Shazam too. I'm trying to connect things.
Here's the thing. She had one good movie.
And it was a copy of Captain America: First Avenger.
Sorry. It's the reality.
Honestly, I don't even think it was that good.
It was
but it was good.
It was good. Okay.
But what I'm saying is
entertaining.
Yeah.
She
84 was horrible.
had one good movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There is no reason to keep her.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean,
I'm sorry. There's reality.
She's a good actress.
There's reality that we have to face.
Oh, no, for sure.
The only person.
You could say the same about Batfleck.
100%.
Yeah.
There's no one.
He wasn't great.
You could even say
you
could even say that about Henry Cavill.
You could. And that's why I'm saying.
But Henry Cavill believes.
There's no one who is irreplaceable.
Sure.
They're all replaceable.
Which is
Henry Cavill's not
replaceable. Which is not a bad thing.
You're never going to get a better Superman.
We need somebody to
until you do.
Until you do. We've said that before about Batman like 100 times. And then there's been some good Batmans.
Been some good, but not better.
And there's been some terrible ones. Better than who? Christian Bale. Yeah. I don't know.
There's only been one after that, so it's like...
Well, no, Robert Pattinson.
No, Robert Pattinson, you're right.
I would say Robert Pattinson has the potential to become a better legacy for Batman.
And you got to see how he does.
But he's just got to get more. We got to see more.
You got to see more.
We got to see more because he was great in the first one.
But the problem is that Robert Pattinson isn't... He's just listening. He's just doing what he's told.
That's...
But a lot of people could be doing that.
I was going to say,
he's just
Christian Bale.
He's just a shell.
I'm just saying.
Can we fill him with bat essence, though?
His
fill
film,
him with bat essence.
Glitter.
The Batman
glitter
is on par with Batman Begins.
Oh, for sure.
It is. Yes, it is. Yeah, start out in the universe, it's definitely on par with Batman Begins.
And so
now, can they have their Dark Knight?
Right.
Can they have
I mean, we're not debating this, but the reality is, like, Gal Gadot doesn't matter.
Shazam. All right.
Shazam's terrible.
What's my name?
All right, that still, to this day, one of my favorite parts of the first Shazam movie was he's like, say my name, Billy.
Yeah.
No, my other name. I love that. That's so freaking funny. All right, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump to our verdict. All right, verdict time. I'm gonna
look any more upset.
Let me go first because I'm not the DC dude. So I'm gonna go first.
DC dude.
I'm gonna let you DC guys end the video because I'm not a DC dude. So I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say for mine. So comic review, comic accuracy. I would say garbage. I'm not gonna say hot garbage, only because they were only because they were true to the Shazam character. But then the rest of it just fell apart, and DC Universe just fell apart. I'm gonna say it's garbage. It's not high. I'm not gonna put it on the level of New Mutants. I'm just not. So I'm gonna say it's garbage.
True.
It's
Morbius.
Yeah,
New
Morbius, New Mutants, Thor, Love and Thunder. I'm not putting it on that level. Yes, it doesn't matter for the DCEU going forward, but like comic accuracy wise, I'm gonna keep that garbage. It's still garbage.
Thor, Love and Thunder had characters that were at comic accurate.
100%. That were or were not?
Were.
Yeah, so is Shazam.
Right.
The whole Shazam family was comic accurate.
But your explanation then defeated itself.
No, because I'm saying the Thor, Love and Thunder plot, story, character development, everything was trash.
You said that the reason you didn't put it at hot garbage
is it's not as bad as Thor, Love and Thunder.
The characters were true to their comics.
Well, and there's more to it too. It's not a terrible plot.
What else?
It's not.
Nope, but the plot isn't a comic book.
So comic book wise, I would say Thor, Love and Thunder made more of a mockery of the comic characters than Shazam did.
They didn't exist in Shazam. They're not comic books. You can't make a mockery of something that isn't real.
Keeping that garbage. For my personal, this is my verdict. You can have your verdict. You get yours, I get mine.
You're right.
For my personal, I'm going to say, for personal, man. Wait, do we have something between is what it is and perfection? We don't, right? It's just is what it is, perfection.
It's called Logan Has a Heart Attack.
Good. We're going to catch it on film. We don't have anything in between, right?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to I'm going to say it is what it is. I'm going to say it is what it is. I can't give it a perfection, but I really enjoyed the movie. I think I liked it better than the first Shazam. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. All right.
Everybody has one.
Listen, we'll let... What do you want to do? Do you want to go last or do you want to go second to last?
Whatever you want to do.
What do you think?
I'll go. It's fine. It's hot garbage. It's hot garbage. Like, there's actually no other way to rate it.
All right. Fair enough.
It's hot garbage from a comic book accuracy standpoint because the story doesn't exist. The people in the movie half of them, the villains, all of the villains don't exist.
I want to go back and see what I said for Love and Thunder.
Wait.
They're not the Daughters of Atlas.
The Daughters of Atlas.
I thought you meant maybe the Stinger.
No, not the Stinger.
I want to go back actually.
I'm talking about the Daughters of Atlas. You mean the Stinger that doesn't matter for the movie that will never happen and will never exist?
Yeah.
You mean that one? Yeah.
So this is your hot garbage for comic, and then hot garbage for
because
personal.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It serves no purpose. And it really isn't that great of a movie.
You personally disliked it so much you could put it as a hot garbage?
I will personally put it
without comic ramifications, you just put it as hot garbage?
Even just without comic book ramifications. So let's think about this. Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
I really like Mark Strong as an actor. Okay. He has repeatedly, this is the second Stinger where he is a villain that will not come to fruition.
Right. He was a Stinger in the first Shazam, right?
No. He was the Stinger.
When else was he a Stinger in?
He was Sinestro.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot he was Sinestro.
He took the yellow ring.
He was Sinestro in Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern.
He forged the yellow ring.
I forgot he was that. He had that killer mustache.
Looked amazing.
He did look real good.
And he was a great Sinestro.
He was a great Sinestro. That was the only good thing about that movie.
I know.
Yeah, other than, Ryan Reynolds occasionally was okay.
There was 0 point.
But
That's
true. I didn't think of
all that this movie was a bunch of funny ha-has.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
And I can watch a comedy stand-up special for an hour and like have laughed more than I did at this film.
Yeah.
And the reality is, and then it builds to nothing.
Sure. And we're not arguing
what did
that.
You,
it definitely builds to nothing.
I don't care about the Daughters of Atlas. They served, do you know how much... You know how much angst I had about them actually winning? None.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
They were never going to win. They were never going to do anything. I never feared for anything.
Sure.
Because they don't exist. They're not real.
Well, that's more in the comic accuracy one.
It's
in the
also
regular
personal.
One,
it's also personal.
But I mean, every villain doesn't exist in a movie. They're all fake.
It's about the threat.
Oh,
to what level of threat?
You didn't feel
I was
threat
never threatened by that.
Gotcha.
I was never at one moment threatened that this group might win.
Yeah.
Do you know what the threat of this movie was?
I don't know.
It was just the family turmoil. That was the biggest. The biggest villain in this movie was family turmoil. Actually, it wasn't even family turmoil. That's putting it too far. It's like growing pains of a family.
Sure.
This was family matters.
Family.
That's it.
Matters. Family does matter.
This is what it is. It's like, you're growing up, and I'm struggling with that growing up. And we actually didn't need the Daughters of Atlas. Like, actually, we could have just had this movie without the Daughters of Atlas.
Can I say something?
What's up?
Man, we've been off for like a month and a half.
Yeah.
I missed your Oscar the Grouch.
Thanks, man.
You are like, we just need a trash can for you to sit in.
I do. Like, you got me a trash can. I would
trash can.
You know, one of my favorite.
You're
one of
so
my
angry.
Absolute.
Yeah, let me hear
favorite SNL sketches.
Yeah.
Is when
the
Harbor does the Sesame Street Oscar the Grouch. You're such a grouch. I am.
I did. It's been too long, man.
But we kicked it off with, dude. I got to be honest. We kicked it off with
two things you didn't really like.
Things I really I. But the other part
did you like Secret Invasion more or less?
More.
Okay.
I like Secret Invasion more.
Fair enough.
But the other part is
keep my tally of Marvel.
We just haven't had much good.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute since we've had anything good.
What's Guardians 3 was the last one that was like really good.
Yep, but it's like we've had, this summer. This summer's been rough.
Listen, we got Ahsoka coming up, and we got
Dune 2,
Loki 2. Well, Dune 2 is not summer.
Oh, that's winter. You're right.
I guess
apologize.
Loki 2 is fall.
Right.
All right, Harry.
I'm looking to.
Oh, I thought we were ending it.
No,
you guys are like, this is bad. Anyway, have a good week, guys.
No, I want to go.
I'm just like,
my redemption story is Dune 2. That's where my eyes are set.
You better hope.
It's all right. I'm just having a call. I know.
No, you're not. What do you think?
What's up?
Go for it.
You guys don't. You guys are like, oh yes, it's Scrooge Groomsman. We're good. Have a good night.
Listen, that's the redemptive part of this episode. The only joy that I've had in this episode.
The same amount that I missed his grouchiness, I also miss your balancing nature.
Yeah.
So go for it, Ahsoka.
Go ahead, Ahsoka.
Yeah, comic accuracy. It's.
Just do it. You know it's in your soul.
Let him speak.
No, because there's there's always two sides
to it.
Kindred
spirit over there.
Sometimes
he tries. There's
two sides of a coin, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring him to the light side.
You try, but I've been winning. I've been winning. No, I've gotten him.
It's actually, this is a quote from a Batman comic I just read.
Go.
Talk about Two-Face. He said, you got to realize, Harvey, that there's always two sides of a coin, but sometimes both sides of the coin are important, so you need to be able to know what the edge is, and you have to stand on that edge.
Oh wow.
And I was like, oh my word. He's like, and you know what he said to him? He's like, Harvey, that's where we stand.
We stand.
He said it to Harvey.
Coin. That's sick.
And then, they fought together. Anyway, it was cool.
I like it.
Anyway,
what comic was that?
Batman and Robin Volume 6.
It's down the run where Damian's trying to kill him and everything, and
Damian, things happen in it. Damian dies.
What's the?
Are you rereading all of Batman and Robin?
What's the?
I think I'm pretty much done.
What's the Apocalypse armor? What's the armor that Batman?
Oh, Hellbat.
Hellbat armor. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Shazam, the coolest. Shazam. Yeah. Anyway,
what are you saying?
It's DC.
That's true. That's true.
No, so although I do agree that there is absolutely no comic accuracy besides The Rock and
The Rock of Eternity.
The Rock of Eternity.
What movie were you watching?
I
need to see that version. I need to see that version.
You didn't get that one? That's a bootleg one.
I need that one.
I got that from a dude's trunk.
The extended cut,
the guy actually took just Black Adam and Shazam and mixed them up.
Mashed it in.
No, there's, like I said, it's two parts of a coin. So their Shazam part was accurate. The Shazam himself as a character, how he acts, and that he's pretty much just a kid in a big man and
doofy suit.
Yeah, in a suit, and just being
a pediatrician.
He's fulfilling what every little boy or young man wants to do, and it's kick butt and have jokes and do whatever you want.
A lot.
Well, he's a teenager.
He whines about it a lot.
Yeah,
okay. Well, it's a lot of responsibility.
Your kids will be teenagers, and then you'll hear a lot of whining too.
No, for the comic
I hear a lot
accuracy
of whining now about tying shoes. Duke's like, I don't.
Well, that's your son.
Yeah, it is.
Par for the course.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's garbage for comic accuracy. I don't think it's not hot pile of garbage because there is some accuracies in it, so it can't be worse than 0.
But
I want to go back.
We need to talk about that because
I think Love and Thunder.
Hot pile of garbage has.
Did we have this delineation in Love and Thunder? I want to go back.
I think we were all hot pile of garbage.
I think we all settled.
I want. I don't know if we had created that delineation yet because I wonder.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
I wouldn't rate any different. I would rate hot pile of garbage. Hot pile of garbage.
I'd just be curious where it lands. Anyway, go ahead. How about your own review?
For my own review of the movie, it's tough because throughout the whole entire movie you just have to remind yourself, or your brain is reminding yourself, this doesn't matter.
Sure,
it doesn't matter. But the other part of this is that when you're working on something or you're working towards a goal as a team, or you're doing some type of sports event where you're already out of the qualifications for the championship, but are you just going to end it on a crappy note? No, you're going to try.
They did.
But they tried. That's them. That's that group of people trying.
Well, as a production company,
look, if they weren't trying, let me put it this way: if they weren't trying, they would have put stingers in it.
Right? They were hoping for the best. They were hoping to pursue.
If they weren't trying, I'm telling you, this is facts. If they weren't trying, they wouldn't have put a stinger in it.
They wouldn't have tried. They wouldn't have secured Mark Strong. They would have been trying. They were hoping for the best. This team wanted to go on and make another one.
These people wanted to make a movie.
I don't know.
They want to make a movie to make money. That's what they did.
Like it.
The quality wasn't there, yes. But that also could just be because of crappy writers, which is the DCEU's problem.
Well, yeah. Well, we'll give you for the
it's going to be the same as Greg. It is what it is. It's nothing. So that's why it is what it is. Was it funny at parts? I was laughing a lot. Yeah, I thought it was funny. I thought it sucks. The biggest part that sucks about all this, not even that it's going to nothing, is that as a kid that was born in Philadelphia, this is our only superhero.
I forgot even to add that. The desecration to Philly.
It's our only superhero that's a big name.
The absolute lies.
It sucks.
The lies about Philly.
Yeah, there were moments where it felt like Philly, as a city, and then there was definitely more that didn't, for sure.
Yeah.
But there were moments that was like, oh, this is cool, it's Philly. But then
I still claim Batman. I claim Batman as being a Philly hero.
I would say Batman would be. I would say Philly would be more like if you're looking at like real world cities.
Yeah,
I say Philly would be more Metropolis, and New York would be Gotham.
No, New York is definitely Metropolis.
Absolutely the opposite.
For sure.
You are absolutely wrong.
I guess so. I'm just thinking of New York as well. I guess they're both big.
The Daily Bugle building is literally like the same building that's in New York.
Yeah,
it was modeled after the Empire State Building.
Was it?
Yeah,
yeah. See how much I know. Let me go back to my Marvel comics.
I'm going to go back to the real world where they actually have real cities in it.
Yeah.
Based in reality.
Well, Marvel Comics is much more based in the real
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, New York is New York.
New York is New York.
Keep talking. I'm going to kick you in the shins.
All right, well, my feet are now not broken, so.
Yeah. Which one was it? It was that one, right?
Yeah, so hit this one so I can be more balanced.
I need to balance you out.
Balance me out.
Yeah. So that's my...
All right, well, tell us in the comics, because we obviously have differing opinions here. We always do.
I think if you go into, would you ever recommend this person? Would you ever recommend it to people?
No.
So
why would I?
If someone said, "Should I watch Shazam 2?" They're like, "I know it's not going to go anywhere, and it's probably not that great, but was it entertaining at least?"
No.
Okay. Yeah,
all right.
There it is.
I think it was entertaining at least.
Yeah,
I think it was funny.
I don't know where. Here's the thing. It's like. You gotta do like comparisons. I gotta really get you guys. I gotta figure out where you have this thing pegged.
Well, we asked the question:
would
of
you
if
watch it
said,
over?
Do you want to watch this movie? Would you say yes or no?
No, I would not. I would not. I would not.
So like, I would say, yeah, I would watch it. But if somebody said, "Do you want to watch Thor: Love and Thunder?" I would say no. But if somebody said, "If you want to watch Shazam 2," I'd be like, "All right, yeah, put it on. It's fun.
No,
it's a fun movie."
No.
What movie would you rather watch Shazam 2 over?
Yeah.
Shazam 2, what would I watch it over?
Yeah.
New Mutants.
No.
You'd rather watch New Mutants?
Watch New Mutants
no,
over
no, no,
Shazam
no.
2?
I thought you were saying no.
So what would you pick over?
I'm sorry. I did. Yes, you phrased that.
Did you say it backwards?
I did. Well, not necessarily. It's not backwards. We reacted backwards.
Gotcha. I knew what you meant.
You answered correctly. We reacted backwards.
Yeah, I was like, you guys didn't.
You would watch
something wasn't right there.
I asked a correct question.
So what? Yeah,
I would watch Shazam 2 over New Mutants.
What movie would you say?
Thor: Love and Thunder.
I
would watch Shazam 2 over Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yes, I would watch Shazam 2 over Thor.
What about Iron Man 3? I know this one will be getting
This is a tough one. Yeah, it's a tough one.
Iron Man 3 does,
especially because it's been somewhat redeemed with Shang-Chi.
I would watch Iron Man 3 over Shazam 2.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's okay. Now we have kind of a barometer.
It's definitely bottom of the barrel for you for DC.
It's definitely bottom of the barrel. Yeah.
Is it the bottom of the barrel?
Yeah,
no. We have to do our re-rankings because
of the Flash. There's some new ones.
The Flash is definitely
the Flash. I'll just give you a preview.
Okay, what would you rather watch?
1-2 is Justice League and the Flash.
So would you rather watch Shazam 2 or Wonder Woman 1984?
Shazam 2.
Okay, good. Okay,
what about Justice League or Shazam?
Oh, yeah. Not the Snyder Cut, the regular Justice League.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not giving you that.
No, I would watch because you're talking travesties.
Right,
you're talking travesties.
I'm just asking.
I'd watch Shazam 2.
Would you watch Shazam 2 or the first Suicide Squad?
First Suicide Squad.
Wow.
100%. Without a doubt, I would watch first Suicide Squad.
Flash.
What? No.
Shazam or Flash?
You said the Flash
is lower. I would watch Shazam.
So you're putting Shazam in the top 50%.
Yeah, it's in the middle for you.
No.
Yes, it is. For DC. Yes, it is.
It's literally below. It's below.
You've named like
Justice
6
League,
movies.
Wonder Woman 84 and
The Flash.
The Flash are all below.
Yeah, but it's below It's Shazam. Below Iron Man 3.
No, I was talking about DC
movies.
Oh,
that's all I said.
Sorry. Well, yeah, I mean, DC
it's in the upper
movies
half, or it's half.
I'd probably say Shazam 2 is it's probably close to half.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna continue.
It's your favorite movie.
You didn't name like any good DC movie. You didn't name Man of Steel. You didn't name you didn't name any good. You were just Wonder Woman 1984.
You mean Wonder Woman?
I would watch Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Over Shazam 2?
Yes, 100%.
Right. We're going to continue this conversation off camera.
I'd watch over Shazam 2.
Leave in the comments below where you rank Shazam 2 and all the DCEU movies. We're coming to the end of the era of the DCEU, so we want to see where we rank. We'll have to do a video after Aquaman 2 comes out, ranking just the DCEU movies.
That's a good one.
As it is like
that's
as a
good.
cap to
That'll
the
be where because I will be able to think about it. Cap to the universe.
Yeah.
DCEU films are rankings.
Yeah. So tell us below. Did you like Shazam 2? Did you not like Shazam 2? Leave your ranking down below, and we'll talk back with you. And we will see you guys next time on the Legion of Comic Correction.